So we've seen some polling. We've seen the press secretary try and deflect. We've seen the Democratic rank and file voters fall in line more or less, as they always do, sitting around waiting for their marching orders. Should Biden stay? Should he go? Here is a Hollywood super agent and Democratic mega donor, Ari Emanuel, a guy who is more famous than well seen because, you know, everybody knows this guy's name, but he doesn't appear on camera much. He is, of course, the brother of Democratic power player Ari Emanuel. He's also the inspiration for the Ari Gold character on Entourage. But here he is at the Aspen Festival of Ideas. He's not afraid to tell the Democrats how pissed off he is, because he writes the checks. See? So this guy is not just a rank and file lib. This is a guy who's going to come out here and accuse Joe Biden of giving him a bunch of malarkey, as he says.
I promised myself I wasn't going to swear. So this is a pickle. You know, the lifeblood and I have a brother who's a politician. He's an ambassador, as it said. The lifeblood to a campaign in politics, the lifeblood is money. And maybe the only way this gets, with smart lawyers looking at it, is if the money starts drying up. And I'm assuming all of you've gotten a lot of calls. I've gotten a lot of calls. We've all sat there.
We're all rich here. This is the Aspen Festival.
Well, I was going to say, what happens now?
You know,
Jeffrey Katzenberg's massive.
and if this is, as Biden says, the fight for our democracy, and he talks about the soldiers, man, he gave us a bunch of malarkey, and I'm really pissed. Right. And we all should be really pissed.
Right. And what does this do to Jeffrey Katzenberg's fundraising?
Well, you know, Jeffrey, I mean, you're going to know in the next couple, you're going to see polling, you're going to see in the next couple of weeks if the money comes in. I talked to a bunch of big donors, and they're moving all their money to Congress and the Senate. I mean, I cannot believe we're in this situation.
Well, as one of the great disruptors in your career, I mean, do we have to sit by and sleepwalk?
It's a legal issue now.
Yeah.
You're not in, I'm going to resign, you know.
Maybe you should have said something in 2019.
Yeah.
That's why you're in this position. You can't believe you're in this position. Maybe you're not as smart as you're reputed to be.
No, he's not as smart as he's reputed to be. This is what's revealed. I mean, this is about a 6-minute clip. I only took the last 2 minutes. But he starts talking about the process of what's entailed in replacing Biden. He doesn't really know what the hell he's talking about. He started going into some crap about Michigan and Wisconsin and
not
Ohio.
Being able to get him off the ballots.
He don't know what the fuck he's saying. They don't care. He has money. This is what it means. He says the lifeblood of a campaign is money. And if this is about saving a democracy, we were screwed. Well, if there were a democracy to be saved, the lifeblood of a campaign would not be money.
Yes,
the lifeblood of a campaign would be popular
That would never
support.
cross his mind.
And that never crosses
his mind.
Exactly.
That's working for him because he has it.
Exactly. He has it. So, no, he's not particularly smart. He's just rich, and he's an influential Hollywood agent. So when he donates, you know, his clients who want to stay in his good graces, they'll write a check too.
Well,
and I just a lot of weight.
Well, and I just want to point out, she mentions Jeffrey Katzenberg, and very famously, Katzenberg gave the Young Turks $20 million. So it's very funny when you go back to Cenk Uygur taking shots at Aaron Mate as a Russian plant for reporting correctly on Russiagate. No. You're a DNC plant pretending to be left and doing what Chomsky describes, helping to define the outer boundaries of debate. This is to get people who might be skeptical of Russiagate. That's why they're paying the Young Turks to be there, to set a hard barrier on people who are inclined to question the DNC, not to question the narratives they really care about, like Russiagate.
Right. Exactly.
You're not in, I'm going to resign, you know, unless the lawyers tell you something else, and maybe there's some wiggle room. I haven't seen it. And I'm not a lawyer, but we're in fuck city.
Okay, I'm glad we got to that.
Yeah, you're in fuck city is right. You heard it there.
Speaking of RFK Jr.,
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. It's a good segue. He and his rich friends in Hollywood are starting now to donate not to Joe Biden but to the down ballot races. Once again, an indication that the dam has
smart money.
broken. Right, that's the smart money.
It's only
That's
the
the
retail
smart money.
investors that are still with Biden.
Exactly. You cannot continue a campaign without those guys on board. Those are the rich Hollywood mega donors. Those are the people who fund your super PACs. Those are the people who max out their donations to your campaign. He's furious, and he's not afraid to tell you he's furious because he pays you. I mean, the lemmings at the rank and file, they're the ones who are, oh, well, maybe he should drop out, but if he doesn't, we have to be behind him. Pathetic. The people with the money, they're the bosses, and he's not afraid to go up there on stage and say, I'm pissed because we were given a bunch of malarkey, to put it in Joe Biden's own language. And so that's a hugely significant piece of video because that is a peek behind the curtain. The Aspen Ideas Festival, those are the people who run the Democratic Party. Those are the people whose opinions matter. Right. Once they divest from the campaign, you're done. You are fucking done. That's why I don't believe any of this bullshit about how he's all in. He is cooked. He is cooked. He will be out of this race pretty soon.
Please clap.